Hello and welcome to the Bridetender podcast. I'm your host, Estee Gordon, and I'm here to tend to the brides like I tend to the bar. So mix yourself a cocktail and let's get ready to discuss all things weddings. Today, I got all glammed up by my girls of Pure Bridal Beauty because I knew that I was coming to Brooklyn and I was meeting with Lauren Holovka from Le Laurier, and we're here to talk about, one of the most important aspects of your wedding day, the dress, and the dress before the dress. Yes. And we're going to get into all of that. But first, Lauren, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I can't wait to talk about everything.
So fun. Thank you also for hosting me at your studio space in Brooklyn. This is so cool, so beautiful. It really is just like stunning. And I feel like I just like stepped into Paris in here. You're taking me on a vacation.
Yes. This is definitely, it's my sanctuary. It's where I feel at home. It's my comfort zone. And I wanted it to have a very intimate feeling.
It definitely has that, and it's absolutely stunning in here.
Thank you.
And now, how are you doing during everything right now, the pandemic, the craziness?
Business in the beginning, it was challenging because we had to postpone multiple weddings. So majority of my clients had to postpone. And thankfully, they're all getting married now. So that's very happy, and we're all very excited. And a lot of events are being pushed forward, and it's going through now.
That's great. I mean, also just with everything going on, I feel like now people are like ready to move forward no matter what, even if it's a smaller event, even if, it isn't happening on the original date, or just like, even if it's, was scheduled for a Saturday and now it's happening on a Tuesday, like every day is a free-for-all now during this pandemic.
Every day is weddings.
Every day is weddings. It doesn't matter. It's no longer a weekend thing. I'm here for that.
Me too. Honestly, I think that it's so beautiful. I feel like if you want to get married, get married. It doesn't matter if they don't have your date, if they don't have your day, just go with it, and what's meant to be will be.
Hey, you heard it here first.
Definitely.
So what can you tell us about Le Laurier? Like, how did you come up with the name, the company? Like, how did Le Laurier start? How did it come to be?
Yes. So a lot of people don't know this, but I have scoliosis, which is a curvature of your spine. So I worked in the industry for multiple years, and it was difficult because I have a invisible disability that kind of, it affects me and affects my work ethic. So then I felt like I still want to do what I love, but I can't work for somebody, So I created Le Laurier, and Le Laurier is a derivative of Lauren. So it means the Lauren.
I love that. Yeah. I also like things that can be like based off of your name.
Yeah.
Which
so I felt most connected to that. I felt that it was so feminine, and it was just something I really had a connection to.
When did you start the business?
3 years ago.
Wow.
3 years ago. Yeah.
And you've already grown so much in such a short amount of time.
Thank you.
Obviously we saw you in the Sophisticated Weddings magazine this year. You did some amazing photo shoots with them. We saw for the magazine with the cast of Summer House.
Yes.
And, that is such an amazing accomplishment to have in such a short amount of time.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel very blessed and very fortunate to have such amazing clients and be able to be a part of such beautiful photo shoots and teams, because it really does take a village to make things happen.
Yeah.
So being surrounded by so many talented people is something I really cherish. It's a really beautiful experience.
Now, you're here in Carroll Gardens in Brooklyn, which, I've been to Brooklyn a lot, actually, I know. But I haven't been to this area. How did you decide on Carroll Gardens for your area for business?
Yeah, so Carroll Gardens is so special to me. This is where my family's from for 100 years.
Wow.
So my great-grandparents, they came from Italy, and they moved to Carroll Street, which is around the block. And then my grandparents, they lived here, and my grandma's still here, my aunts. So it's just, it's home for me.
And, I mean, now you got everybody right around the corner.
Yeah.
I hope they bring you
It's
lunch
nice.
during the day.
They knock on the door. I have clients in here. They're like, what do you want? Do you want food? Do you want something? I'm like, I'm good.
Oh, my God. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, it's great. It's really great. I always knew since when I was little, if I was going to ever have my own store, it would definitely be here, for sure.
Well, I mean, this is a very trendy area.
It's beautiful.
Very upscale area of
Yes.
Brooklyn.
Thank you.
And the fact that I got a parking spot right
Right out
outside
front.
today, I mean, you know, in Hebrew, like, we call that, like, bashert, which is just, like, meant to be. And, like,
Love it.
this is meant to be.
Yes.
Today is meant to be. I'm loving it.
I believe it.
And I think Carroll Gardens, where your studio is, was meant to be.
Absolutely. Thank you. And it's funny because when I found my storefront, I feel like it was waiting for me. You know, you ever have those experiences when, like, exactly like you said, it was meant to be, and I truly felt that way. So it was perfect.
Aw. Now, how did you get into, like, wedding dress design? And, like, how did you learn design? How did you learn how to sew? Can you teach me how to sew? I feel like I have, like all those, like, you know, maternal instincts.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, no, where are they?
So it's in my blood. My grandma, she sewed my dresses. My cousins, they are super talented. They're all huge, big designers. So it's definitely something that I was brought up in. I was fascinated at a young age, really young age. I would cut up my clothes and try and make them into something different. I would rewear them and show it in a different way. My mom would always say, like, you would not being something for more than 2 minutes. I would change my outfits every 5 minutes. So it's really funny. And I always known how to sew. I was always sewing. I was always, like I said, chopping up clothes and making something else. So since I was 7 or 8 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I went to Fashion Institute of Technology, and I graduated a fashion design degree. And since then, it's history.
Looking around this room, I mean, you just have some very unique, very heavily detailed,
Thank
you know, designs that you can't just find just anywhere.
Thank you. I put my heart and soul into everything I do. It's a passion. It's something you have to love. You have to it's hard to explain because with each piece I design and I create, it's a different part, like, that I've experienced that I'm putting into it. And it's basically like a story I'm telling. So each of my collections, they're all different, but they're all based upon a part of my life.
Aw.
Thank you.
I really love that.
Thank
Where now, if somebody were to have a dress designed for them,
Yes.
how long in advance do you think that the design process takes for them to have what they want?
I'd say 6 to 8 months, depending on what it may be. All of our fabrications are from Paris and Italy, so to get them in takes a while. Everything is custom, so not everything is one of a kind. I design with my clients. It's a very intimate setting. It's just by appointment only. So when my clients come in, we have this whole space to ourselves. We look at fabrics, we try on pieces, and, you know, the creative just comes out of everyone in the room. So it's a lot of fun.
I mean, I think that it is a really fun process.
Thank you.
I haven't designed a dress or anything before, but just coming up from the event planning side of
Yes.
things, I know what it's like to bring, like, a raw space to life.
Yeah.
So I could imagine bringing a dress idea to life is that same feeling that I have.
It's exactly the same, and, you know, it becomes like your baby. You
Yeah.
know, so it's very hard to, after working on certain pieces for so long, and then the best part of my journey with my client is seeing them on their wedding day. But at the same time, like, oh, I don't want you to go because I've worked so hard on it, and you know, it's a beautiful experience.
I feel the same way when I watch a couple down the aisle because I'm like, oh, but I've had you for like a year, year and a half, and now you're like, it's like you're gone from me.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, I have a lot of returning customers because after their wedding, they end up having a baby shower or some type of event, and we have a continuing relationship. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's the best part about the business. You end up getting in with the family, and before you know it, you're like, hey, am I invited to Christmas?
It happens. I've really been invited to so many beautiful events from my clients, and I love that. I really do.
Yeah, we work in one of the best industries in the world because what we do, it touches people's lives.
Yes, I feel that way as well. And that's when I'm happiest. You know, I'm always like, what else do you need? Can I help you in any other way? So that's my type of personality. I definitely feel like I take on my bride's journey with them. So I'm with you from day one until you're walking down the aisle.
Yeah. Now, obviously I'm here and I don't want you to get embarrassed or anything, but I'm going to toot your horn a little bit, okay? Because you were the first person in the industry to come up, and you also trademarked the dress before the dress.
Yes.
Now, for people who don't know what we're talking about, what can you tell us about that?
So the dress before the dress is our trademark. It represents our custom couture bridal robes, which I love. So these bridal robes, they are everything. So I started Bridal Robes when I started Le Laurier, so over 3 years ago and it completely changed the game in the industry. Our bridal robes, there were bridal robes out there, but they were the silk with the bride on the back and nothing to this extent. So I brought my experience in custom couture work, and I brought that to custom couture bridal robes. And with that being said, our bridal robes are something that our brides, they want to incorporate, and it's something that they didn't necessarily get to have in their wedding gown. So let's say your wedding gown is a deep plunge neck, but you also really wanted an off-the-shoulder.
Right.
So now for your bridal robe, you have that off-the-shoulder look, and then you still have your deep plunge neck look for your wedding gown. So you're getting the best of both worlds.
Yeah, and the getting ready process of your wedding, it's most of the day.
It is.
So you might as well look your best and feel how you want to feel while you're getting ready for your day.
It's true. And the getting ready the morning of the bride it's that you're setting the whole day, you know, and you want to just get up out of bed and put couture on. You want to put on Le Laurier bridal robes, and you want to just feel your best from the second you wake up until the end of your day. And the getting ready part is so special because you're with your bridal party, you're with your parents, and you're getting your hair and makeup done. So it's really a beautiful experience.
And once that hair and makeup is done, you're going to be looking and feeling pretty good, feeling sexy in your robe with the extensions on and the full face of makeup. So I hear you on that. Yeah. I think that the dress before the dress is just as important as the dress.
It is.
It is.
Really
you want to be feeling like you look your best all day long on your wedding day, not just the 5 hours of the event.
Yeah, it's true. And all of our custom bridal robes, each one of them are one of a kind. We don't duplicate any design. So each of our brides have a special piece unique to them. And it's really special. It's the same process as designing a wedding gown. So I make this extremely an amazing process for my brides.
Now, something else that I want to touch on, because obviously I need a few lessons from you, is, you have been now involved in a bunch of like photo shoots, and your Instagram, it's popping, it's going, the videos, like everything. Like, how do you have it all together? Like, how do you get all these things going? Yeah. You need to teach me a thing or two.
So, as a business owner, I wear many hats. and it's definitely a lot of work. I don't sleep.
I hear that.
It's a lot, you know, you have to really divide your time. So a few hours to Instagram, a few hours to emails, a few hours to sewing, a few hours for clients.
Right.
Marketing, advertising, phone calls. So I can go on and on. I mean, as a business owner, it doesn't end, you know?
We all have to be our own hype woman
Yeah.
and our own PR person
Yes.
in today's times.
Yes.
I have a background actually in PR, and it wasn't until I was out of PR that I realized how much you need to be your own PR person in order to grow.
Right.
In order to grow.
It's true. It's definitely true. And I feel very lucky. I feel very blessed because since day one, I've been surrounded by amazing people, family, friends, and I've been very fortunate with clients who are just out of this world, so great, and really I've experienced my journey in such a way that I have no complaints, and I don't know, I feel very humbled by that.
I always say this, and it really is the truth. You're only as strong as the people that you surround yourself with. And I think even in business, you know, as businesswomen, we see like in order to level up and become, you know, bigger and better at what you do, is you need to surround yourself around people who, one, have your best interests and are going to do what it takes to also help you grow, and two, like-minded people that you want to adopt their way of thinking and how they do business, because you want to be around people who do things the way that you respect and you admire.
I agree with everything you just said, and me personally, my personality, I am very passive, and I like to make everyone around me happy. So I feel that I surround myself with the same people, and my clients are truly like the same way as well.
I think especially when you work in an industry of like service, to some extent, you want to always do what it takes to make people happy.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Who are some of like the designers that you've looked up to growing up?
Wow, I love Lea DeGloria. I love Monique Collier and Carolina Herrera. A lot of amazing designers. Yeah, there's too many to explain.
Well, I mean, I think that you're up there with them.
Thank you.
And I mean, this studio is gorgeous. Your designs are gorgeous, and you know, I mean, the photo shoots that you do, all of these things. And you're a social media star. I mean, you got it all going on. So
thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, what should we look out for from you? What is anything that we should look out for? Is there anything that, you know, you have coming up?
Yes. So we are having a fashion show.
Love that.
And that will be our custom couture bridal lingerie. So
Love
that's
it.
right behind me. That will be our custom couture bridal robes, our cocktail dresses, our evening wear, and our wedding gowns. So it's going to be a great show.
Oh, I can't wait. Plus, I really can't wait to be at another show again, be back to some normalcy, missing Fashion Week, missing Bridal Fashion Week, all of that. So I'm really excited for you.
Thank you.
And that's going to be a really, really good time.
It's going to be really beautiful. I'm very excited to show all of my pieces. We've been working really hard on it. And I want it to definitely be a story. We want it to start out with the lingerie, like you start out in your bridal robe, and then it ends the day in your wedding gown. So it's going to be
That's
beautiful.
perfect. Yeah, it really does tell a story.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Lauren, one, thank you so much for coming on my podcast today.
Thank you.
And thank you for hosting me at this beautiful studio. I feel like I never want to leave. I want to like bask in all of the wedding dresses and robes here.
Thank you.
And you are an absolute vision in white. I'm used to seeing you in black on your Instagram, but I mean, you brought out the bridal look for us today.
Yes, I did. I'm either in white or black. That's
I
it.
know, I'm always in black. And today I was like, I cannot be in all black. So, you know, I brought out a white top.
I love it.
Lauren, where can everybody follow you, you know, to like see all your photo shoots? Where can they like to get in touch with you about ordering, you know, a custom robe and wedding dress for their day?
So they can follow us on Instagram, Le Laurier. That's probably the best way. Today is Instagram. So a lot of my brides, they go down a rabbit hole, and then I hear how they found me on Instagram. They're like, I found you through this person's page, through another person's page. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, listen,
So
we know it's all about that Instagram now.
It's great how, you know, social media really helps growing businesses. So it's important. So yeah, definitely Instagram's great, email's great, Facebook, TikTok.
Lauren's even on TikTok. I gotta get on there, but
You do.
I don't know what I'll do on there.
It's really fun, TikTok. It's really a way to be creative, and the app is so helpful. It like really helps you make videos, and
That's what it is. I know. It's all about making the videos. I really gotta get it together.
Which I love. I'm such a big. I mean, they're not amazing, but I make my own videos through apps and whatnot. But it's fun.
It's fun?
Yeah.
All right, so by the end of today, I'll be on TikTok.
Help you.
Lauren inspired me. She also has to teach me how to do it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of the Bridetender podcast, where we have a new episode every single Monday. Make sure to go follow Lauren at Le Laurier. Get in touch for your bridal robe, your wedding dress, your wedding lingerie, and stay tuned for all the fun excitement. All the fun announcements from her regarding her upcoming fashion show, because you might want to be there, and you know, you want to get some inspiration for your special day. If you're not already following me on Instagram, please go follow me at the Bridetender for all fun facts on the wedding industry, ways to save money on your special day, and of course, hiring the best in the business to execute your wedding. Until next week, mix yourself a cocktail, slide into my DMs with questions you want answered on all things weddings. Stay sane, stay healthy, and we'll catch you next week. Bye.
Bye.